It's your 27th birthday, and you should be happy. Another year older and another year to reflect on all the things you've accomplished. And you realize you haven't done much. That younger folk are more successful than you. That in order to pull yourself by your own bootstraps, you have to be 10 times more passionate, more talented than the creatives that occupy the same world you live in. That in order to be anything close to the best, you have to dedicate 100% of your life to it. Otherwise, you will be a footnote in history, destined to be forgotten. Sure, experience is all that jazz, and it will never get an anime. Welcome to Butt Cutt, the ridiculous analysis show. Manga analysis has been something that I have always wanted to do. I've been reading manga for a good 10 years now, and pretty much every day. So, I have some experience. So, whenever I pick up a good manga, I want to tell people about it. Problem is, good mangas tend to get good animes, and then the anime nerds get their analysis hands all on it, and then everyone knows about it. But not Shiori Experience. What could possibly be holding this gem of a manga back? DMCA! Yeah, the reason royalty-free music had to be played over Metallica's official concert on Twitch is the reason why Shiori Experience could never get an anime. Or, more specifically, have any audio component. You know what? Honestly, that's to its benefit. Now, it's not that it's the Digital Millennium Copyright Act's fault directly that Shiori Experience won't get an anime, but it is the music industry's fault for trying to extract as much money as they can from people. Because of these strict copyright laws, whatever hypothetical anime studio that would want to make this into an anime, they would have to pay huge licensing fees for each song. It would likely be the majority of the production's budget. But okay, let's just talk about the manga. Shiori Experience is about a 27-year-old Shiori Honda who teaches English at a Japanese high school. And one day, the ghost of actual factual Jimi Hendrix possesses her, and she reignites her love for rock one day by totally thrashing it up at her school in front of everyone. Turns out, Jimmy was summoned using some vague dark magic to teach a young and up-and-coming musician how to rock before they turn 27 and die. Shiori didn't do this summoning, but for some reason, she's been cursed with this task to become an international sensation in 1 year, or die before she turns 28. Boy, that sounds real relatable, am I right, teens? Shiori tries to get a band together and ends up recruiting several students to her slowly growing band. The story progresses from there with the band learning about their faults and pushing past themselves to grow as musicians. The main focus of the story is that talent is learned through passion and determination. That in any creative medium you are going to fail, and that you will be inexperienced, and that you can only grow by facing your failures head on and learning and learning and learning. Also, Jimi Hendrix plays Smells Like Teen Spirit to Kurt Cobain, so just read the manga because that sound in particular is never gonna manifest unless a lot of corps get a lot of cool about a lot of shit real fast. And to be honest, I don't want this to be an anime. The manga is gorgeous, and it speaks for itself because there is nothing that could sound more beautiful than what is playing in my head right now as I look back on these pages. The sound that plays while looking at these silent images just can't be translated into sound. And I think that's the point. I'd like to imagine that the author Kazuya Mishita and the artist Yuko Osada noticed, like many people, that a lot of very accomplished musicians die before they turn 28 and crafted a story while putting their own feelings about passion and creativity into it. And they realized that once you put real, actually formally alive humans who made real music, you might as well go full ham. Don't even worry about the fact you have Daydream Believer, Instant Beatles copyright strike song time in there. It's a silent manga. No music. Can't get DMCA'd if all the music's visual. But also, there's a point in the manga where the band gets good. They push past their failures and come together and make a song that blows everyone away. And I don't want to know what that actually sounds like, because no anime music could ever replicate the feeling of looking at this page and seeing the characters you've seen fail over and over finally succeed. Also, if the music industry does end up greenlighting this as an anime, they'll have to actually make music for this scene. And I just think it'd be a really funny bit of irony where the composer is just like, oh god, I'm Shiori. I'm the little Shiori in this moment. It'd just get really meta. It wouldn't happen, but the thought is delightful. The one thing I wish stories like Shiori Experience leaned into more is the financial barriers in art. The manga does a pretty good job of sprinkling that in, and I'm actually okay with the amount that it mentions in this particular manga, but I still want to see more pieces of media that to be like, just, did you know that you could pursue your passions if your survival wasn't tied to financial gains and rent? But honestly, that'd distract from the themes of Shiori Experience. It's more about like passion and failure. It's kind of like Disney's Soul, but way better. I have issues with that movie. This manga spoke to me on a deep level when I was in a bit of a dark place. I was struggling to decide what direction I should take my life in, because I realized I can't focus my whole time on two big things. I can't be a big research, write or die, paper printing out kind of research scientist and be the creative person I want to be. I only have so much time. So instead of going off to grad school to pursue one dream, I decided to go full in on my creative dreams. And just so you know, this wasn't a spur of the moment decision. It's been something that's been weighing on my mind for years, my whole life even. And Shiori Experience was sort of that final nail in the head that I'm never gonna achieve my lofty goals half-assing it. If I want to write a book, make video essays, and entertain people, I have to go full throttle. Like Shiori practicing her heart out every free moment, constantly looking for that perfect sound. I am never going to create anything inspirational while sitting down and passively waiting for it to come to me. And look, I know it's just a manga. These are made-up characters. But it was written and created by someone who is trying to tell people these things through this narrative. They are putting their own ideas about the creative process, something they clearly have experience with, into written and drawn form. It's like a part of themselves is forever possessing this manga, talking to you through time and space. And I think it's beautiful that I'm alive right now to experience that. There aren't that many pieces of media that get to the core of what passion is. Everyone has something they want to create, whether it be art or music or just, experiences. So everyone is going to be able to relate to this manga. You're gonna read this manga and you're gonna see the passion Shiori has for music, not because she's about to die, but because it reignited something that she had been hiding away for so long. You're gonna see Shiori live. Thanks for watching. So, art doesn't exist in a vacuum. In order for there to be things to entertain and enrich your life, you have to support it. You can buy Shiori Experience at many online manga buying sites, but you can also support it by telling people about it. Like me and what I'm doing. And in that same vein, I need support too. You can become a Patreon patron and get videos like this early and look at my process behind the scenes. Liking, commenting, and subscribing also allows me to grow my audience. So please, if you want to see more of my content and more of it in the future, support me on patreon.com/chibicheesepuff. Thank you for watching. And also, eat the rich.
I don't know what I expected.